really serious about going out there, Johnny?
I don't get job offers every day, Harry. Not like this one.
The offer for Johnny Ringo or his gun?
I just separate the two.
If you ever need a free beer, let me know, Johnny.
Thanks, Harry. See you around.
So long, Johnny.
Tell me if the stable Ringo's here.
Might be. You friend of his?
Sorta. Is he inside?
I'm Ringo. What can I do for you?
Well, my name's Merlin, Pat Merlin. This is my son, Hank. We come a long way, Mr. Ringo. The boy here's gonna kill you. Talking, let's get on with it.
I'm not going to fight your son.
Our mind's made up, Mr. Ringo.
I don't even know you.
I'm going to tell you. My boy's the fastest draw in the country. Nobody can beat him. Been teaching him since he was a kid. There's a lot of money for a good gun, a lot of it.
And you want him to get a reputation fast.
That's right. No hard feelings, just the way it is.
I'm getting on my horse and I'm riding out of town. It wouldn't help your son's reputation. I need to shoot me in the back.
Well, I'm right disappointed to hear that. Didn't figure you was too yellow to fight. Like I said, Mr. Ringo, we come a long way. He tries to ride out, shoot his horse, son.
All right, mister. I'm sorry, son.
Get your leg, boy.
Why would God give a son to somebody like you?
Ringo, Johnny Ringo, his fears were never shown. The fastest gun in all the West, the quickest ever known. Everywhere he traveled, trouble was all that he found. Face to face with a man set to prove that he could shoot Ringo down. Down, that he could shoot Ringo down.
What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a Mayor Hartford.
Well, you wouldn't expect to find him locked up in here, would you now?
Know where I might find him?
Across at the law office. You see, he kind of runs it.
Thank you.
Not at all. Oh, mister! Did you come a far way?
Yes, pretty far.
Oh, did you now? Then maybe you ought to have a bit of a drink and relax a little. I'd be delighted to show you the saloon.
No, I don't think so. Maybe later.
Oh, you mean after you've seen the mayor?
Maybe.
Well, I still think I ought to take you across. I wouldn't like you to get lost.
Well, now, wait a minute. You sure you can leave here?
Of course I can leave here. You see, I'm only the kind of acting sheriff, as you might say. Name's Thomas, Casey Thomas.
Glad to meet you. Where's your regular sheriff?
Oh, about a mile from here. It sure was a nice funeral.
letter said within a few days. Job's still open, isn't it?
Oh, it most certainly is.
Well, I suppose I'd better be getting back to my office.
Oh, thanks for the trip over.
Just a minute, Case. As long as you're here, you can help Mr. Ringo get settled.
Oh, sure. I'll be glad to.
Mr. Ringo is going to be our new sheriff.
Oh, Mr. Taylor won't like this at all.
I certainly hope he doesn't.
Taylor's a man you wrote me about, isn't he?
Yes. He owns the Golden Wheel.
And every other living body in Velardi.
Would you sign this paper for me, Mr. Ringo? Pays $200 a month until the job is done.
Isn't that odd now? It isn't often you see somebody signing his own death warrant.
All right, thank you very much. Now we'll have to find sleeping quarters for your men.
Well, it's just me.
Pardon?
It's just me.
Well, but in the letter I suggested you bring your own men.
Well, most of the men I know don't take the badges.
Well, you'll have to have deputies.
How about him? He said he was acting sheriff.
Old Case? Taylor put him in the job just for laughs. He pays him off with booze. Oh, it's just Taylor's way of showing his contempt for us.
Well, since it was Taylor's idea, I'll just make it legal. How about it?
Me, a real deputy?
Mr. Ringo, there's other men in town. You don't have to appoint anyone today.
How about it?
What would it entail exactly?
Well, the first thing you can do is get that jail cleaned out. That place looks pretty filthy.
Yes, sir.
Jason.
Hey!
Why, have you seen my deputy?
Then it's true. You've actually hired him?
Yes, ma'am, I hired him.
Why?
Because I need a deputy.
Just what do you want here, Mr. Ringo? You've been in town for over an hour. Didn't anybody tell you my father was a drunk?
Yes, ma'am, they told me.
Then why did you hire him?
I told you because I need help.
Well, you won't get it from him.
I don't know, Miss Thomas. A little responsibility does a lot for a man. That and a little love.
Oh, I love him. I love him so much I hurt every time I look at him.
Well, sometimes none of us live up to what people expect of us.
You know, you sound more like a preacher than you do a...
Gunslinger?
Yeah. You really are, aren't you?
Well, I was till about 2 hours ago.
Well, now, do you think that my father can really hold down a deputy's badge?
To tell you the truth, Miss Thomas, I don't know. We're both in the same boat. We need a chance to prove ourselves. Maybe that's why I really hired him in the first place.
Oh, he's a good man. I swear he used to work so hard. He really tried. And then when my mother died, well, I guess he did too. Anyway, all he thinks about now is where his next drink is coming from. But if you're serious, if you're really going to hire him for a deputy, you treat him like one. And I know it'll work out.
You understand, don't you? This isn't just a job. Your pa could get killed.
There's worse than dying, Mr. Ringo.
I know.
Well, if you need me, I'm not hard to find.
ask you to clean the office. Now, this is a pleasure. A new sheriff. Welcome to the Golden Wheel. I'm Moss Taylor. I know. Come on, Case.
Well, yes, but...
Oh, tell me, Sheriff. What did you expect to find here in Velardi? I run an honest place. No complaints from my customers. It's hard to hear 'em 6 feet under. I've seen a lot like you, Taylor. Leeching off the town, crooked tables, rot-gut whiskey. You live on fear and back it up with a bunch of saddle tramps that kill their own mother for $1. No, hold it, Skirt. Well, let's be more hospitable than Mr. Ringo. Give him a drink.
Sure. Here it is, Sheriff.
Thanks, Case. Taylor, the rough stuff is over. The next man I find wearing a gun in this town better know how to use it. Come on, Deputy.
Yes, sir. Laura, me darling child, I've done it. I know I have.
Well, I hope so. After, what is it now? 4 years hard work?
3 years. 3 years, 4 months, and 11 days, if you want to be precise.
Yeah.
Evening, Laura.
Evening, Johnny.
Well, Case, you about ready to make your rounds?
Johnny, it works. It works like an angel.
Hey, that sure is a strange-looking gun.
Maybe, but it's still effective. I got the idea from a French gunsmith called LeMat. Think of it, Johnny. A 7-shooter. 1 extra bullet. That'll make all the difference.
A 7-shooter, huh? How does it work?
Well, it looks like a regular 6-shooter, but there's a separate barrel for an extra shell. Not just a 45 shell, mind you, but a 410 shotgun shell.
Hey, that could make a difference, couldn't it?
Johnny, I want you to be the first to use it.
Oh, thank you, Case. Let's hope we don't have to use it. Come on. Let's go make our rounds.
Well, wouldn't you like a cup of coffee first?
Well, thank you, Laura. Maybe later. Come on.
It killed me. That curfew of yours, you know, I believe it's cut Mr. Taylor's business in half.
Maybe Mr. Taylor isn't as tough as everybody thought.
Don't you believe it, son? We've got the grave markers to prove it. You know, it beats me you taking this job. It just don't figure.
Does to me.
But risking your life for a measly $200 a month where you could get twice that much.
I never killed a man for money. Never.
I'm sorry, Johnny. You do hear stories, you know.
Did you ever face a man, Case? Knowing you were the last person he was ever going to see before he died? Not his wife or his kids. A man ought to be surrounded with love when he dies.
What started it, Johnny?
I don't know, it just grew. First time, it was a strange experience. Different. All of a sudden, you're a big man. Everybody shaking your hand, congratulating you. Then one day, you find you're like a turkey in a chute. Everybody wants to try their luck. You can't stop it. You wanna, but you can't. You run, they catch you. You hide, they find you.
That badge. Will it change things for you, Johnny?
Well, it won't make up for everything I've done, but I think it'll help. You know something, Case? I'm kind of tired. I'd like to rest a while and settle down. Hey. Who is he?
Joe Block. He's got a place close by.
How'd it happen?
Got drunk, picked a fight.
Who did it? I warned you, Taylor.
Well, you'll need witnesses. You haven't got any.
Somebody saw Buck get killed. Now I want to know how it happened. All right. But just remember, it could have been you. Any one of you. And it probably will be the next time. I'm closing your place up, Taylor. You and your boys have until 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon to get out of town.
I know the law, Ringo. There's nothing in the books that says you can do this.
Well, I don't know much about the law. So let's just put this on a personal basis. You'll be out of town tomorrow.
You say 5 o'clock? Now, we'll wait for your call.
My pleasure.
Why, it's always times like this that... Oh, darn it. There's so much I want to say. About what you've done for Case and how he's changed.
I wish you didn't have to prove it this way.
And what about you? Johnny, what are you going out there to prove?
That I'm as fast as my reputation.
Oh.
Look, Laura, Velardi didn't hire me. They hired my gun. I know that, and I've got to live with it. Someday I hope it'll be different. But this town gave me a chance, and I owe them a debt. I have to pay them back the only way I know how.
Well, I think it's about time the people of Velardi did something for themselves.
I thought we were coming to see you.
I just thought I'd stop by to pay my last respects.
Oh, much obliged, but I gotta go and see Johnny.
You look at him, Lee. All nice and shiny. All we have to do now is lay him out.
I don't know. I don't see why we don't just get rid of him.
Oh, I want him alive. I want Ringo to find him like this.
Johnny!
We'd like to talk to you a minute.
I'm afraid it'll have to wait.
Listen to them, please. They want to help you.
You wouldn't stand a chance, just you and Case.
And you want to help?
That's right.
Any of you ever been in a gunfight before? Thanks anyway. Where's Case?
Oh, he's waiting for you.
Case!
Oh, no.
Smells like a whiskey barrel.
All those pretty speeches.
He wouldn't do this, Laura. I know he wouldn't. Looks like Taylor and his boys have paid Case a visit.
He's just plain drunk.
He hasn't touched a drop since he pinned on that badge. Besides, I never knew whiskey could do this to a man.
You are so right.
Get a doctor.
Hey, Wait a minute. You can't go out there by yourself.
Case said that gun would even the odds. I hope he was right.
What if it doesn't work?
What have I got to lose?
Here he comes.
He's got more guts than brains.
Spread out, cover the door. One man, one gun. We'll draw his fire. When he's empty, I'll give the word. Joe, over there.
All right, Taylor. It's 5 o'clock. Come on in, Ringo. We got a farewell drink waiting for you.
He's empty, Cross.
Hold it. I don't want to have to kill you.
Sounds to me like he's begging, Cross.
Mr. Ringo, I don't know how we'll ever be able to thank you enough for what you've done.
This'll be the first good night's sleep we've had in a long time.
Well, I guess I better be moving on.
You're not leaving.
Yeah, that was the deal. Job's done, so I better give this back to you.
Just a minute. I know we hired you to clear Taylor and his mess out of town, but... Well, that doesn't mean you have to leave now.
Velardi needs a good sheriff.
We're growing, Mr. Ringo. We're the start of the railroad going to the east. Lots of traffic.
We'd like you to stay and grow with us.
Please stay, Johnny. We need you.
You realize, don't you, that once word gets out that I'm here, every gunslinger in the territory will want to try his luck.
But you're the sheriff. You can handle it.
Well, thank you. Thanks to all of you. My deputy and I'd be glad to stay on.
Town sure has been quiet.
Hope it stays that way.
Me too. King me. You know, I think we're gonna have trouble.
Why, that's just a show wagon.
What if that sign means what it says?
Ringo, Johnny Ringo, his fears were never shown. The fastest gun in all the West, the quickest ever known. Everywhere he traveled, trouble was all that he found. face to face with a man set to prove that he could shoot Ringo down. Ringo, Johnny Ringo, his fears were never shown. The fastest gun in all the West, the quickest ever known.